Good day, students, and welcome to your Human and Social Biology class. I am your teacher, Mr. Heron. Today we're going to be looking at the carbon cycle. Our objectives for this class are: how is carbon cycled, and the processes involved in the carbon cycle. Now, carbon is the basis of life on Earth. It is the element found in all chemical compounds made by organisms such as carbohydrates, protein, fat, and nucleic acids, which are DNA. Now we see that carbon is extremely important to life as we know it on Earth, right? Now carbon is recycled, so there's a continuous supply to plants in the form of carbon dioxide. Now, what is a cycle? A cycle is a series of events that keep occurring in the same order. All right, so what we're going to be doing now is drawing a simple diagram which will better explain the carbon cycle. Okay, so let's begin. First, we have carbon dioxide that's in the air. Carbon dioxide in air. All right? And there we have a simple tree. Now, the first process would be photosynthesis. Now let's use a different color marker to illustrate this. Right, so that's photosynthesis. And you remember that photosynthesis is a process by which plants use carbon dioxide and water with light energy to produce food. All right, so that's the first process, photosynthesis. All right, next we have, bear with me, okay. Now we have living organism. For example, that cow. And of course, he's feeding on grass. The next process will be, can anybody guess? Can anybody guess? Right. So all living things will respire or carry out a process called respiration. So this is respiration. Now you may remember that respiration is a chemical reaction where organisms release energy from the food they have eaten. Now, one waste product of respiration is, you guessed it, carbon dioxide. Living organisms will also produce waste matter. And some living organisms may also die. Now, these waste matters are broken down by bacteria. So we have our bacteria. Now, these bacteria are called decomposers, and what they will do is they will break down the waste material made from living organisms, and during this process, they too will give off carbon dioxide from respiration. Now, not all the remains of dead organisms become decomposed. Some of these materials are left untouched, and after a period of time, it becomes fossil fuel. And that barrel of oil represents the fossil fuel. Now, large companies like factories and industries will use fossil fuel as a form of energy. All right? Now, when they burn this fossil fuel, it releases carbon dioxide back into the atmosphere. And this process is called combustion. Combustion. So there you have it, students. A simple diagram of the carbon cycle. Now let's recap. Carbon dioxide in the air. Plants can extract this carbon dioxide through a process called photosynthesis to make their food. Plants and animals respire, giving off carbon dioxide back into the atmosphere. Plants and animals die. They become decomposed by decomposers, which are bacteria. This process also releases carbon dioxide back into the atmosphere. Some of the decomposed material are left in the earth. It becomes fossil fuel. Factories and industries use fossil fuel to burn, to make energy, and this process gives off carbon dioxide back into the atmosphere, and this is called combustion. Thanks for joining. I hope you learned something.